Hi guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Now today I have a fun video for you guys, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful rice and neem glycerin soap. Now okay, these are the ones that you will see as I'll show you how to make it step by step in the video. In this soap I have used rice powder and neem. This soap is great when it comes to if you have ingrowns, if you have pigmentation, uneven skin tone, because this has rice and neem both. Now rice of course will help you a lot with exfoliating and brightening your skin, whereas the neem which is there in this soap, can you see there's a very light hint of green color that comes from the neem powder. Neem is an antibacterial ingredient, so it's going to help with anything bacteria or dust, dirt related. If you have dry, irritated skin, you have itchiness, the neem in the soap is going to help with all those things. There is glycerin in this as well, which is going to hydrate your skin. Now remember, because this is going to be made with melt and pour soap, the pH of this is going to be around 7 to 7.5, and there's not much that you can do about that. So after you use this soap, make sure that you are using a good lotion or a good product on your body which will sort of balance the pH levels. So any good lotion with AHAs or a nice moisturizer which has a pH of 5.5 will be a very good idea. So let's get started. Now the first thing I am using is some glycerin soap base. Buy it from a good vendor, from a good company, and your soap will turn out amazing. Then we are going to be using some rice powder. Now rice powder is something that is used in the Asian beauty sector so widely, and then we have some neem powder, which is something that is used in Ayurveda and in Ayurvedic skincare, which is what we are using. And then I have this new fragrance oil which I'm trying out. And yeah, these are some silicone molds. Any shape is fine. This is just what I am using because I had these. So step number 1 is melt your soap base. Now make sure that you are not overheating it. It needs to just be melted. Then with a spoon I am going to be adding in some neem powder. Now I am using a very small amount of neem powder, and then after neem powder we are going to add in the rice powder. Okay, now rice powder, you need to get the cosmetic grade one, which is ground in fine powder, into a fine powder, and it works as a beautiful exfoliator, right? It exfoliates your skin by removing dead skin cells, and it is not harsh at all. It gently buffs away your dead skin cells and leaves your skin feeling smoother and refreshed. And like I said, neem is something that we use a lot in Ayurvedic skincare, and that too for a good reason. It has very powerful antimicrobial, antibacterial and antifungal properties. So when you add that to the soap, it helps you to fight bacteria that cause acne, infections, bumps. So this is a great soap to use once you have shaved your legs or once you have exfoliated, right? Now in that we are going to be adding in some of this fragrance oil. Now make sure guys you are using the right fragrance oils, okay? Because there are some which are not meant for soaps. They are not going to withstand the heat. The one I am using is made, or I have used this for melt and pour, and I know this works for melt and pour soap, so I'm going to be using that. And as you guys can see, I'm mixing it really well. I'm not mixing it just like that. You have to mix it really well so the fragrance and the powders, they properly mix in with the soap and almost become one, right? You can also use some rubbing alcohol if there are a lot of bubbles. Now mine did have quite a few bubbles, so I just tapped to release the bubbles. But yeah, otherwise if you're making it professionally, use a rubbing alcohol spray, and I didn't have one on hand so I didn't use it, right? And then you just want to pour it all out in your soap molds, right? And then you just want to let that sit for around 30 minutes, 40 minutes, depending on the size of your mold. Keep it for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Now this particular one that I made, I actually left it out for 3 to 4 hours, and then I unmolded it. Thoda sa zyada ho gaya, so I just removed some of that in a different I removed that in a different mold. and this is how it looks. You just have to let it sit, don't move it, because now if you move it you are going to spoil your soap. Okay, now this is what it looked like around 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours later in the, later in the day. And this is how I like to unmold my soap. Now this silicone mold was a little sturdier compared to the other ones, which is actually a good thing, but while removing it, if you have nails like I did, it becomes thoda difficult. So if you're making this on a larger scale for many orders, I would recommend either you don't have nails or someone who's doing this does not have nails. And just look at that. The reason I use glycerin soap base is so I get this beautiful opaque but transparent look. It looks so beautiful, and the light green color that you can see has come from the neem powder. And this is the final soap, which is ready to be packed. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.